The Denver Nuggets are genius, and that includes head coach David Adleman, because he has pretty much outcoached or outschemed every single team they've played, which has led to them comfortably leading for the majority of every game this season, and that includes the game that they completely blew in Golden State, despite the fact that Aaron Gordon had 50. And Adleman has figured out the answer to the question that the league hoped the Nuggets never figured out. And that was how to score without having Nikola Jokic shoot the ball every time. And their bread and butter so far through 3 games has been this horn set that David Adleman loves so much. And it's when you got 2 guys at the elbows, 2 shooters in the corners, and then the ball handler at the top of the key. And they run this in many different variations, which we'll look at. The first one is just a flare, and then Aaron Gordon is simply reading this screen. So he's going to go set the flare screen for Jamal Murray, and then if the defender overplays, he's going to go right back door, which is what happens here as TSJ takes one step too far and Aaron Gordon reads it going right past him for the dunk. And then on the next play, we have something similar here, and then Jokic unleashes like one of the greatest passes of all time. But this time, instead of Johnson being where the orange X is, he's at the red X. Brown's going to set a down screen and then pop, and Cam Johnson sees that the Nuggets have overplayed this, cut back door, and Jokic fits it into the smallest window maybe of all time. Then let's look at this film from the Suns game where they're going to run the exact same thing. This time, Brown is going to come set the screen, Cam Johnson's going to flare, then the Suns are going to overplay once again with Royce O'Neal going to switch, and then they decide not to switch, so Dillon Brooks stays with Brown, but Brown already has a step on him, a ball fake takes care of him, and it's an easy right-handed layup. Then right here, this is the counter, just setting a back screen instead of setting the flare screen. So like on this one, it's a flare screen from Christian Brown to Cam Johnson. This time Jamal Murray, instead of going with the light green arrow, Aaron Gordon's going with the dark green arrow and just going right to the rim. And talk about the finish right here. That is ridiculous. They also run another variation of it out of the side here, where you can enter it to Jokic at the elbow. Bruce Brown's going to set this back screen and then cut right to the rim, and Jokic is just going to read it. And it's definitely made easier by the fact that you have one of the best passers in NBA history as a 7-footer that can run and read all this. But I mean, both options are open right here. He takes the more high percentage one and finds Bruce Brown. Now let's talk about this play off of the jump ball, because this is the best set I've seen all year in the NBA. We're going to start off with Jamal clearing out, and then Jokic is going to come off of a UCLA screen from Aaron Gordon. Johnson's going to enter it into Jokic into the post. We're going to have a shuffle cut here from Cam Johnson, and then a back screen or a flex screen, if you will, from Jamal Murray. Neither of those options are open, so they're going to get right into a stagger for Jamal to run off the backside for a 3-ball. Gordon cuts, and it leaves Cam Johnson wide open. That is beautiful from start to finish. And then they're going to run the same thing here, not even a minute later. And this time, they're going to get Aaron Gordon on the slip. So he's going to set the second screen for Jamal coming off of the stagger. Dillon Brooks is not going to play this, right? Grayson Allen thinks they're switching. Aaron Gordon cuts. And like I said, they have a 7-foot quarterback just reading everything. And not saying that Adleman's a better coach than Mike Malone, but he has got these guys firing on all cylinders. This offense is looking beautiful so far. Now let's go back to this Timberwolves game. The Joker had his way early, did pretty much whatever he wanted, finding Christian Brown right here off of what looked like a little bit of a flex action. Finished with 25 points, almost 20 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals in 36 minutes. Shot 9 of 10 from the field. Didn't attempt a 3, which is something that I think he needs to start doing less of, I guess you could say. Not attempting as many threes, backing guys down, finding mismatches, because that's where he's so good. He's got the best touch inside 10 feet in the world. He had 7 field goal attempts in the first half and only 3 in the second half, so he only shot the ball 10 times, but put up 25, 20, and 10 on 90% shooting. The dude might win another MVP if Wemby and Giannis calm down. And then this is what I love to see right here. The spacing now around Jokic. You simply can't rotate quick enough, and he finds Cam Johnson for the 3-ball. And then right here, once again, you have this spacing like we talked about with 3 shooters, and then Peyton Watson. If Julius Randle goes to double, Peyton Watson's coming right behind it. Nobody ever goes to double, and that's just barbecue chicken. Nikola Jokic is going to score that 9 times out of 10. Then he's got the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year on him. It doesn't matter. He's going to go right to the rim and finish it. Great post position right here against Naz Reid. Gets the entry and knocks it down. And then a little bit of this horns action. It was just kind of a screen away though, and he finds Cam Johnson for that beautiful pass. So far on the year, he's averaging a ridiculous 20, 15, and almost 12 on 54% shooting from the field. The three-point percentage just has not been there so far this year, but the Nuggets are winning games. Like I said, I think they should be 3-0, and he's taking 6 less shots per game. They are so much less reliant on the Joker this year. It's crazy. I mean, he's making shots like that, but still, he's also leading the break in transition. Remember, the number 1 team in transition last year in terms of points per game. They're trying to get back there this year, and the Joker has been so good, yet he hasn't had to do that much because guys like Jamal Murray are stepping up, and Jamal with more creators out there that are running the offense more so through Jokic, so he can just be a pure scorer. And he finished with 43, 6, and 3 last night in 37 minutes on 16 of 29 shooting from the field, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. It was a really good night. I mean, one step, falling away, tough bucket right there. Then he's going to come off the Jokic pick and roll, get to his spot, and knock it down. Jaden McDaniels goes under that screen. And remember, he dropped 43 on this Wolves team with Jaden McDaniels being the primary defender. They're just going to get him into a little bit of a stagger screen action here with the ball, but Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to pop, and then Jokic is going to roll, and it creates all kinds of confusion. He's got like 6 feet between him and the closest defender. Closest defender to him was the ref on that possession, and then just backs down Bones Highland right here for the easy bucket. Once again, same thing. We're going to get into this little stagger action, but this time he's going to be going to his left instead of going to his right. Same thing where Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to set the screen and pop, and then Jonas Valanciunas is going to set the second screen and roll, and they get an easy bucket. And then once again, just working that pick and roll with he and the Joker. And then this is a guy we've talked about all offseason for Denver as a guy that can come in and change games in a positive way and in a negative way. Tim Hardaway Jr. last night finished with 20, had 3 rebounds and an assist in 32 minutes, and did that on 7 of 11 shooting from the field, 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. And when you look at this Nuggets team, that is such a luxury to have coming off your bench, a guy that can go for 20 on any given night, but he can also go for 2 on 1 of 8 shooting on any given night. He is their X factor. He can shoot them into a game, and he can shoot them out of a game. Last night, he shot them, well, way ahead, as the Wolves were actually winning this a little bit in the third quarter, and then the Tim Hardaway Jr. run took over, and they cruised to victory after that. As for Aaron Gordon, he, of course, didn't have 50 last night, but still a really solid opening 3 games of the season for him. He just works so well within this Nuggets system. He's still averaging 25, 4, and 2 in 32 minutes on 60% shooting from the field and 58% from 3. Of course, that's very inflated by his first game of the season, but still, fantastic defender as well. Even as he ages, he's still a fantastic defender at 6'8" with that 7-foot wingspan, alongside of Jokic being the primary defender for any post presence that the other team has that can also operate on the wing. Christian Brown he knocked down a couple of shots last night. Of course, still running out in transition was probably the biggest key to the Nuggets having the best transition offense in the league last year. And then Cam Johnson, just having him as that one more guy to knock down the threes, and then a beautiful cut right here, learning how to play within the system within. I'm sure there was nobody in Brooklyn doing that last year. Nick Claxton didn't throw in a pass like that. You got Peyton Watson as well, who had hit a couple of big shots last night. Up 7 here with 7 minutes left, knocks down a 3, and then the very next possession knocks down another one, and just like that, you're up by 13, cruising to the dub. And then a really beautiful cut right here. He plays off of Jokic so well. But yeah, with that being said, really excited about the Nuggets this year. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.